January has been all around a decent month for mobile gaming, and 2026 is almost off to a pretty good start. Hello friends, this is Mobile, and here's a lineup of the hottest mobile games that'll have you glued to your screen for weeks on your Android and iOS.
今天天气真好啊！不好好逛逛，怎么对得起难得的好阳光？
Sitting on at number 1 is a game we haven't even touched yet, and that's almost exactly why it's at number 1. As a quick honorable mention, for those of you who missed it, the Lost of Mysteries MMORPG has been officially revealed, and even with like minimal footage, it's already doing damage. Lord of Mysteries is, by the way, based off a wildly popular Chinese anime on a Victorian steampunk world with occult themes, mystery, and some slow burn tension. What we've actually seen so far is quite controversial. There's no confirmed release date yet, but it's coming to mobile somehow, and if this lands with proper MMO mechanics, it could be massive. This one's pure potential right now, and a lot of it. I've said it before, I will probably say it again, we've had quarantine games before and we'll definitely have more until, some comes along the way and hits that perfect sweet spot. Quarantine Zone just landed on the Google Play Store and it's pretty decent. It's a gate in a quarantine zone where you're the only one standing between the zombies and safety. It's a first-person survival game meets post-apocalyptic bureaucracy, meaning you check, scan, and decide who gets in and who goes to isolation. Not only that, but you have to build 10 slabs and upgrades while keeping the bad stuff out. It's also got some dark humor. It's got offline play that makes every shift feel like you're actually doing something. Check it out in case you missed it. It's a free game, about 600 megabytes in total. Now guys, Dragon Sword just came out away from Korea. And this is one of those games that just makes you feel like a kid discovering RPGs all over again. So first of all, you are a kid here, thrust into a mercenary crew while dragons awake after some 60 years. So right off the bat, it's a little different. The combat's all real time with like swaps, aerial combos, knockdowns, all that stylish nonsense. And the world's huge, full of hidden runes, lores, and mercenary drama. It's a 20 gigabytes of full-on action RPG insanity. Like if you like bonding with a team and roast dragons, this one's kind of worth the space. I don't know. Give it a shot. On another hand, Tavern Tale is probably not your average mobile RPG because it's a darkly cute roguelike adventure inside a cursed little cube, if that makes sense. See, a bunch of heroes with a bunch of mixed skills, trinkets, and growth paths all come in handy down the line when you mix them. Every dungeon, every forest, and every tavern run shifts with surprises, mini-bosses, and quite a bit of replayability. So I've said it, it's a roguelike RPG that actually rewards clever play and a decent amount of strategy depth to go with as well. It's free online, about 2 gigabytes in total. Night of the Extinct feels like someone finally made a mobile horror game for people who grew up on early YouTube ghost hunts. If you were around that time, you're stuck overnight in a museum, cameras rolling, fully expecting nothing to happen, and of course there's, everything goes wrong. It's a first-person, slow, and more about being haunted type of game than fighting back. The museum setting actually works with real exhibits and awkward little silences here and there doing most of the work. It's offline, pretty short, tense in a very don't blink way. Solid creep factor, it's offline as well. Coming in at number 6 with Five Nights at PIVOZAVR, which is basically the Five Nights with the beer store ported to mobile. And the story is, if you missed it, you're a rookie working this cringe and base store, and suddenly a beer-thirsty Pivosaurus is on a rampage, stealing brews and terrorizing the city. Your job is to watch the cameras, toss them some drinks and survive it. It is a ridiculous game, over the top, 100% parody perfect for horror fans who just love to laugh while freaking out. Really good game. Kicking off number 7, it's one of the most well-received games in 2026, Girls Frontline Fire Control. And right off the bat, what's actually cool is that this game ditches the usual RPG grind, throws you straight and a 5v5 battle royale like shooting. And there's enough grind to keep it fun. What I mean is that auto aim keeps the action flowing if you want, even if you're bad at shooters, or you can just disable that. The tactical chip system lets you tweak abilities like a roguelike, and you can PvE, PvP, squad up, or just roast your friends in a minute. It's all here. It's no longer in soft launch, basically that's why it's in the list as a new game. It's out globally as of this week. It's 8 GB in total, online obviously, and the finished versions is one hell of a mobile port. If you love if you like over-the-top strategy games with a side of surprise here and there, Infinity Kingdom is definitely gonna be your jam. It was previously a PC game. After 3 years, now finally on Android and iOS, and in short, it's basically chess with like fireballs. So if, I don't know, ruling a kingdom while juggling dragons and immortal heroes sounds fun, this is definitely for you. You can team up with players globally, rebuild your own city from ruins and claim it. It's just strategy, action, and all randomness and one simple direction. Your rules, your way. Well, look guys, coming up behind that at number 9 with WWE 2K25 Netflix edition, which is still absurdly solid for a mobile game, and the recent update actually pushed it even further. The new characters update expanded the roster with more superstars and legends, giving career and online matches more variety than launch. The big addition though is Royal Rumble. It's just full chaos, time entries, and that classic one mistake and you're out tension. Now on phone, it's still a console-style wrestler at heart, which is way more complete than before. Give it a shot if you've got a Netflix account. This is about 3 GB and plays online. UFL, however, feels like it's showing up with a chip on its shoulder, and honestly it's kind of refreshing. As a sport soccer game aiming at the people tired of just football games where menus matter more than matches, the pitch here is scale over spending, and while we'll see how that holds up long term, the actual play looks slower, heavier, and more deliberate than most mobile soccer games, which is good for a bit of a change. Team building matters, positioning matters here, and it's definitely trying hard not to feel like a gacha machine. Green Pond Town, on the other hand, is one of those quiet little puzzle games that gets under your skin without even trying. It's a cube-style, puzzle adventure game in a rainy, half-abandoned town after receiving this weird letter photo that kind of already feels wrong. No jump scares, spam here. This is about atmosphere, slow exploration, and puzzles baked in a new environment. Click, drag, combine, and slowly realize the town isn't just empty, it's watching you. It's a pretty short game though, offline, unsettling all the way, in a pretty calm way though in a way, and it works perfectly with the controller, perfectly with headphones on. Fishing Star World Tour is Crunchyroll's latest fishing trip if you've got a subscription, which is now on iOS and Android. If you've got an account, lucky you, because prior to this, Fishing Star World Tour was a very successful Switch game ported to more handheld with almost the same quality. And your job here is to reel in over 200 different types of fishes across 40 different spots, upgrade your rods, reels, and lures, and just complete your fishing codex. The visuals are basically pure, family-friendly anime charm, but the gameplay is deep enough to keep you chasing for more. Plays offline, about 2.5 GB in total. If you're about insane speeding, flashy cars a little bit, and earning clout while racing, well, Action Crypto Race is probably gonna be your new jam. This game was just released on the Play Store and already hit over 100,000 downloads in just days. You simply jump in, upgrade after wins, burn rubber through Japan, mountains, and even a cruise ship deck. It's got daily missions, multiplayer tournaments, and just ton of rewards to keep you grinding. You can even trade and flex your garage content online. Basically adrenaline on wheels for the price of nothing.
Body is like a battery, clumsy at times, but
Palman Survival, however, if you miss it, is basically Pokemon meets a survival crafting sim, and it's just random but in a very working and charming way. So you're catching these Palmons, some cute, some dangerous, all with these secret abilities that make you second guess everything as you're just doing all the hard work. Then you take them home, build a homestead, crank out electricity, farms, even factories, because, you know, that's how it used to be before. And it doesn't matter, short bursts or long sessions, it's a kind of a soothing game until a rare Palmon wrecks your day. Nothing perfect, but weirdly addictive game. Well, look guys, on another hand, idle RPGs usually mean check it, you know the drill. Tap and upgrade, leave it again, and Passive Master, however, doesn't pretend otherwise. And what it doesn't change is where the thinking happens. Everything in this game runs automatically, but the real game is stacking passive skills, odds, and synergies until the numbers start behaving in your favor. So the game is just basically less about fighting and reflexes, more about tolerating RNG and nudging it your way. Pure mobile grind here, online only, and clearly built for long time poking.
Yeah.
Up at number 16 we have shooter Batalla, which is one of those mobile PvP shooters that's trying pretty hard not to be another Battle Royale clone. And by that, it basically mixes team deathmatch with mineral-based risk-reward modes, so kills aren't the only thing that matter. Matches are pretty fast, controls are smooth, the whole loop is clearly built for quick mobile sessions. Solo Royale is a standout in this game, but when you lose a fight while carrying utes, you're instantly humbled. Not a revolutionary game, but surprisingly tense. If you like rail shooters and racing games, I gotta say, Road Chase is exactly both of those. You're in a weak car, enemies everywhere, and your arsenal of weapons is just insane. AKs, miniguns, flamethrowers, you name it. You blow up wheels, bosses, combos, over 50 levels with just non-stop carnage to survive. It's got a pretty simple control, gameplay is pretty wild, and chases feel like your car is auditioning for an action movie. Anyway, if you love mobile shooters that don't chill, this one's it. Sitting on the number 18, it is the game famous Vampire: Heir of Blood, which is like Lineage 2 walked in a way Gothic party and got bitten by a vampire. So the English version still is in the making, unfortunately, regardless of the promise of the January 10 release. It's an MMORPG, so the world is big and it's just soaked in horror, taboos, waifus, and some great visuals. Throw in some economy, farming, and PvP driven by some rival or the bloodlines, then you get an MMORPG like basically nothing else. This game is coming out globally in English sometime in February, and this is really how it looks. Up and coming at number 18 with Silent Corridor Nightmare, and it's doing that classic horror thing where the space is simple, but the pressure keeps stacking. It's an abandoned school, long hallways, no comforts anywhere, and a girl that knows very well where you are all the time. The hook is burning haunted dolls to weaken this thing, which sounds helpful until every ritual makes the place angrier. So it's, you know, it's just one of those games where mistakes get punished, but it's got really simple controls, webs are pretty cool and kind of mean, but in the right way. Martial Odyssey is doing that familiar mobile card thing, but you know, this is the type of game that kind of at least knows what lane it's in. You simply just go in, build decks, grinding on synergies, watch numbers in PvP arenas that live and die on who just plan better, not whoever mashed faster. Pretty quick matches, very online focused with guilds and rankings pushing you to keep up. It's a pretty polished game, gets you busy and clearly built for some long-term grind. Definitely not a revolutionary game, but solid if you like Dragon Balls and tweaking decks. And last but not least, with just an honorable mention, a game called Wild West City. And this isn't just build a town and call it a day type of management sim. You're basically the pioneer mayor of your own frontier. You start with a measly sheriff's office and some wooden shacks and slowly turn dust, cacti, and tumbleweeds into a metropolis with saloons, railroads, mines, and theaters. So it's, you know, it's basically the fun of the city building without feeling like Excel with cowboy hats. It's a free game online, about 200 big bucks in total. Thanks for watching.